So everybody's like, whoa, what, that's just a trend, blah, 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 blah,
Hold
blah.
on.
Well,
I got it.
there
Sheesh.
you go. Exactly. Well, there's another trend that just happened very quietly, and I didn't realize this. At the beginning of the year, platinum, which used to be about the double the cost of gold, it's since gone way down, was about $900 an ounce. At the end of this year, $2,450. 2.5 times in a year, which again is, for those of you who don't know, completely
That's
ridiculous. And there's such a trend going on now with precious metals. And I know solar panels, electric cars, military use. I've talked about this. But an interesting saga in the news is that Mexico now is closing down. And by the way, Mexico is the number one country to pull silver out of. One, because there's not an EPA problem like we have here on certain things. Two, they're just very, very rich with it. And a mine takes about 30 years to really be profitable. So you got to put a lot of upfront money in the beginning. Mexico has decided to not allow any more new contracts, and they're reevaluating all the current contracts, because basically what we did is we funded it, the United States, went into Mexico, paid the lease for the land, did our thing, recouped our silver, and that door is now shutting. Mexico is now slowing down. So it's very interesting that silver and other precious metals, countries are now starting to quietly hoard that. So that's a very interesting note. Another interesting note, and again, I'm not building a conspiracy theory, the United States has just announced that if you are a passport-carrying citizen of another country and you want to come visit us, that you must submit to a facial recognition scan. Now, this is a legal person. I'm not talking about somebody crossing the border, crossing illegally, coming, via water or whatever. I'm talking about a passport-carrying citizen from any other country, European countries, right?
Just to come visit?
Just to come visit now. The proposed is they're going to start doing facial recognition on every single person that carries a passport and comes into this country legally, and they're starting a database, which is absolutely amazing. So, I mean, there's facial recognition here. I know, I donate blood, they take DNA, and it's being stored somewhere. I know it's happening. It's just very interesting how that's kind of all collating. It seems like countries are kind of quietly closing off and segregating what used to be, and I don't know if it's the tariffs. I don't know. I don't read the 9,000-page thing. It's just very interesting in my mind that these things are happening.
Well, to kind of go off what you were talking about with the passport thing, the country, let me say this right, of Niger in Africa have cut off all American passports.
Really?
If you're from America, they will not allow you into the country now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I heard there's a couple of countries like that now. They're just refusing. So again, everything country-wise is starting to get more segregated. Just interesting. Let's just put it that way. I don't have a final bottom line. I'm just being observed, kind of staying back and watching what different things are doing. And I mean, why would Nigeria not want to have
Niger.
Niger.
Nigeria.
Oh, Niger.
Countries.
Yep.
Yeah.
Niger.
It's a much smaller country than Nigeria.
Right. Gotcha.
But they're standing on their grounds. Like, if you are from the United States, you are not even allowed to get off the plane.
Right. And I know we're banning a bunch of countries. And I think I talked about, I don't know if I mentioned this last show, but the president has pulled like 29 ambassadors around the world that he's just, and the ambassadors serve at the pleasure of the presidency. So there's no litigation, there's no congressional anything. And he's pulled like 29. So that's like 30 countries that he's pulled them. He's replacing them. But these were career, technically, politicians now that are losing their jobs. I don't know if they'll go back into another government job or what, but I guess he feels that they're not representing him or the United States properly. So that's some turmoil in the world.